Also fine. Okay. So last time we had left it here. Okay. So yeah. Okay. There were okay. Exit all but Cardinal and Basola. So now Basola and Cardinal were present in the room. Okay. So now okay. Uh, are you come? So this is what Basola is. Talking to. Cardinal is talking to Basola. Are you come? So aside, now these are lines he was not directly saying to Basola. This fellow must not know by any means I had intelligence in our Duchess' death, for though I counselled it, the full of all the engagement seemed to grow from Ferdinand. So now he just wants to show that he want to show he want to pretend before Bisola like he did not have any role in the murder of his sister and it was only Ferdinand. So now sir, how fares the Duchess? How fares our sister? I do not think with sorrow makes her look like to an off-dyed garment. Uh, he shall now taste comfort from me. Why do you look so wildly? So now he was pretending that he does not know anything like what has happened to the Duchess. So he's asking about her, like how is she, how is she doing? And then he's describing her sorrow, the way she was living, the way she was suffering, and so that's why he's saying like she's living uh, a sorrowful life. So then then he asks, why do you look so wildly? So then, of the fortune of your master here, the prince dejects you, but be your happy comfort. If you will do one thing for me, I'll entreat. Though he had a cold tombstone over his bones, I'd make you what you would be. So now he's saying, he was asking, like, why are you looking so wildly? Then he himself answers, you are behaving because Ferdinand, he's ignoring you, but he's saying, well, if you are, going to serve me well, so I'm going to give you back for your service. Subasola, anything, give it me in a breath and fly to it. They that think long, small expedition when, for musing much of the end cannot begin. So Basola, we have a very a kind of complex, character of Basola. Sometimes we see that, he has a very, he has feelings about others, he shows his emotions, like he was talking about the Duchess or over her death. But now he's saying, okay, so when he Cardinal is giving him offer, so he is ready to take it. So he's saying, just do it quickly, so he's saying, when you take time in thinking something, so you can, you know uh, so uh, it can also, you can lose that thing. So he's ready to go. He's ready to do whatever, a Cardinal wants from him. So, and to Julia, sir, will you come in to supper? So Cardinal, I'm busy, leave me. Julia, aside, what an excellent shape hath that fellow. So now this sentence was for Basola. Exits. So Cardinal, 'tis thus. Antonio lurks here in Milan. Enquire him out and kill him while he lives. Our sister cannot marry, and I have thought of an excellent match for her. Do this, and the style mean thy advancement. No, this was the task which was given, by Cardinal. to Visola. He's giving him the task of killing Antonio. So he's saying, kill him, and because I have chosen someone for my sister as her husband, and inform me as you have as you complete your task. So Basola, but by what means shall I find him out? So Cardinal, there's a gentleman called Delio here in the camp that had been long proved his loyal friend. Set eye upon that fellow, follow him to mass, maybe Antonio, although he do account religion, but a school name, profession of the world, may accompany him, or else go inquire out Dadio's confessor, or see if you can bribe him to reveal it. There are 1,000 ways a man might find to trace him, as to know what fellows haunt the Jews for taking up great sums of money, for sure he's in want, or else to go to the picture makers and learn who bought her picture lately. Some of these happily may take. So this is how he's telling the how to find the Antonio. He's saying, just follow the Delio, whatever wherever he's going, so he can lead you towards Antonio, because he's the loyal friend of Antonio. And then he's giving him different ways how to find out Antonio. Okay. And here at the end, he was also talking about some, picture makers. He's talking about the picture of the Duchess, like, if anyone has got that picture from Antonio, so, they will know that, you can go to those people, or you can find out from them, like, from there you will get the trace of Antonio. So, Basola, while I'll not freeze in the business, I would see what wretched thing Antonio above all sides in the world. So he is, ready, and he's saying that I will find Antonio in any way. So Cardinal, do and be happy. Exits. Basola. This fellow doth breed basilisks in his eyes. He's nothing but murder, yet he seems not to have notice of the Duchess' death. It is his cunning. I must follow his example. There cannot be a surer way to trace than that of an old folks. So this is how, again, he's saying, he is well aware of the actions of Cardinal, and again he is comparing him with the basilisk, uh, and his involvement in the murder. Uh, so he, instead of taking anything from the past, he's just ready to again to be used. And he's saying, so I should also be cunning like the cardinal as he's behaving. The cardinal has involvement in the duchess's murder, but he's not showing. So and then he's saying that I have to weigh, cunningly I have to trace the Antonio. Enter Julia with a gun. So now there Julia enters. Julia. So, sir, you are well met. Basola. How now? Julia. Nay, the doors are fast enough. Now, sir, I will make you confess your treachery. So this is Julia to Basola, that uh, you have done some kind of treachery. So Basola, treachery. Julia, yes, confess to me which of my women it was you hired to put love powder into my drink. So, she had started loving him. So this is how she is showing her feelings. She's revealing her thoughts, and she's asking, the treachery she's defining, like you are kind of, you have stolen my heart. So she's saying that which kind of drug or thing you had, uh, or she's calling it loud powder. You had, uh, you know given to me. So Basola, love powder. Julia, yes, when I was at Malfi. Why should I fall in love with such a face else? I've already suffered for the so much pain. The only remedy to do me good is to kill my longings. So then Basola, sure, your pistol holds nothing but perfumes, are kissing comforts. Excellent lady. You are pretty way on it to discover your longing. Come, come, I'll disarm you and arm you thus. Yet this is wondrous strange. So he takes his gun and he takes her into his arms. Julia, compare thy form and my eyes together. You'll find my love such great miracle. Okay, you'll find my love no such great miracle. Now you'll say I'm wanton. This nice modesty in ladies is but a troublesome familiar that haunts them. Okay, so this is she's saying, you know, like compare that form in my eyes and my eyes together, you'll find my love. So she was uh, talking about her love for Basola, and she was also telling like you would think I'm wanton. The person who has many sexual relations, but she's saying this kind of the word modesty or these things are troublesome for people like us. Basola, no, Yumi, I'm a blunt soldier. Julia, the better. Sure, there wants fire where there are no lively sparks of roughness. Basola, and I want compliment. So Julia, why ignorance in courtship cannot make you do amiss if you have a heart to do well. So Basola, yes, you are very fair. Julia, nay. If you lay beauty to my charge, I must plead unguilty. So here she is, she was also ready. She's saying like, if you are, you are giving me any task, or if you are, going to know like how much I'm sincere with you. So you'll find me unguilty. I'm going to do anything for you. So Basola, your bright eyes carry a quire of darts in them, sharper than sunbeams. So, Julia, you will mar me with commendation. Put yourself to the charge of courting me, whereas now I woo you. Basola aside, I have it. I will work upon this creature. So Basola, he was also, Basola was very cunning and he was also, trying to use her for his own purposes. Now, let us grow most amorously familiar. If the great cardinal should see me thus, would he not count me a villain? So he was talking about their, their kind of, their relation, their kind of sexual relation. But he's sad, like, if cardinal sees me like this, so he will call me like a villain. So Julia, no, he might count me a wanton, and not lay a scruple of offense on you. For if I see and steal a diamond, the fault is on in the stone, but the fault is not in the stone, but in me, the thief, that purloins it. I'm saddened with you. We that are great women of prayer used to cut off these uncertain wishes and unquiet longings, and in an instant joined the sweet delight and the pretty excuse together. Had you been in the street under my chamber window, even there I should have courted you. So this is how she's saying, it's not you who are doing something wrong or who has done something wrong. He can Cardinal can blame me as a wanton, but he will not blame you. Okay, so Basola. Oh, you are an excellent lady, Julia. Bid me do somewhat for you presently to express I love you. So she's saying that give me something to do so that I should express my love, or you should know about my loyalty. So, Bisola, I will, and if you love me, fail not to effect it. The cardinal has grown wondrous melancholy. Demand the cause, let him not put you off with feigned excuse. Discover the main ground on it. So this is how Basola is giving him the task of knowing, what was behind the melancholy of a cardinal. How he was so much sorrowful these days. So he wanted to use Julia to know about the murder. He just wanted to get the cardinal confess the murder of the duchess. So, Julia, why would you know this, Basola? I have depended on him, and I hear that if he is fallen in some disgrace with the emperor, if he be like the mice that forsake falling houses, I would shift to other dependents. So he was just, this was not the real reason. Actually, he knew the death of the duchess, and he wanted to know the hand, the role of the cardinal behind the death. But now he is giving her another reason. He's saying, cardinal has some kind of you know kind of uh, he has got some kind of disgrace from the side of emperor, so if he's going to lose his position. So I should think about myself of leaving cardinal because I'm dependent on him. So, Julia, you shall not need follow the words. I will be your maintenance. So, Visola, and I, your loyal servant, but I cannot leave my calling. So he's saying, I, your loyal servant, but he's saying I cannot leave my job. So Julia, not leave for an ungrateful general, for the love of a sweet lady. You are like some cannot sleep in the feather beds, but must have blocks of their pillows. Vasola, will you do this? Julia cunningly. Vasola, tomorrow I'll expect the intelligence. So, Julia, tomorrow, get you into my cabinet. You shall have it with you. Do not delay me, no more than I do you. I'm like one that is condemned, and that is condemned. I have my pardon promised, but I would see it sealed. Go, get you in. You shall see me wind my tongue about his heart like a skein of silk. So this is how she was saying, she just she just said her to, sorry, she just said to Basola, to head, behind the cabinet, okay, behind the closet of her, so that he should overhear whatever they were going to talk, the Julia was going to talk to the cardinal, so that he himself could listen to them. So exit Basola, enter cardinal and servants. Cardinal, where are you? Servants, here. Cardinal, let none upon your lives have conference with the Prince Ferdinand unless I know it. Okay, so then exit servants. In this distraction, he may reveal the murder, yawns my lingering consumption. I'm very aware, and by any means would be quit of. So here, he said to the servants that, you should not go to the father and talk, do not uh, talk with him, and because he was afraid, like, Ferdinand could reveal the murder. So now he just saw the Julia there, and he was, and he's saying that I'm wary of her and I just want to get rid of her. So now, Julia, how now, my lord? What ails you? Okay, so she just wanted to know, what was, the task actually, which was given by Basola. So, Cardinal, nothing. So, Julia, oh, you are much altered. Come, I must be your secretary and remove this this lead from of your bosom. What's the matter, Cardinal? I may not tell you, Julia. Are you so far in love with sorrow you cannot part with part of it? Or think you I cannot love your grace when you are sad as well as merry? I do not suspect, or do you suspect I, that have been a secret to your heart these many winters, cannot be same unto your tongue? So she is just, you know, giving her a kind of, so that, the words she's using so that he should believe on her and he should reveal his secrets to her. So, Cardinal, satisfy thy longings. The only way to make thee keep my counsel is not to tell thee. So he's saying just, uh, it's not necessary for me, and that I should reveal everything to you. So Julia, tell you echo this. Or flatterers that like echoes still report what they hear, though most imperfect, and not me. For if they, for if that you be true your unto yourself, I'll know. So he's saying, that I'm not like other flatterers, whatever they listen or they tell to others. So I'm not, what they hear, though not imperfect, not me. So she's saying, that I'm not one of those like who reveals to others um, your secrets. So, Cardinal, will you wreck me? Because um, she was continuously asking him. She was continuously insisting on the thing. He's saying, "Will you wreck me?" Here you can take the meaning of wreck like torture. So, Julia, no judgment shall draw it from you. It is an equal fault to tell one's secrets unto all or none. So, Cardinal, the first argues folly, Julia, but the last tyranny. Cardinal, very well. Why imagine I have committed some secret deed which I desire the world may not hear of? So he's saying that why are you doubting? Like I have uh, done something, and I don't want to show. I don't want to show it to the world. That I don't want it to be revealed, in front of others. So Julia, therefore, may not I know it. So she's again continuously insisting. So she wants to say that if you haven't done so, so you should tell me. So you have concealed for me as great a sin as adultery. She's talking about their a kind of illegal relation. So never was occasion for perfect trial of my constancy till now, sir. I beseech you. The cardinal, you will repent it. Julia, never. The cardinal is saying that after knowing the thing, you are going to repent. So Julia is saying never. Cardinal, it hurries thee to ruin. I'll not tell thee, but well advised, and think what danger 'tis to receive a prince's secrets. They that do had need have their breasts hooped with adamant to contain them. I pray thee, yet be satisfied. Examine thine own frailty. 'Tis more easy to tie knots than unloose them. 'Tis a secret that, like a lingering poison, may chance lie spread in thy veins and kill thee 7 year hands. So this is how he was again warning her not to insist, to know his secrets. So Julia, now you dally with me. So Cardinal, no more. Thou shalt know it by my appointment, the great Duchess of Malfi and two of her young children, 4 nights since, were strangled. So this is how he, reveals everything. Julia, oh heaven, sir, what have you done? Now, it was a kind of very unexpected thing for Julia. So that is how she is, before this, he was continuously insisting to know the secret of what was in his, mind, in his heart. But now he's, she's, kind of got, um, she was surprised to know this. This was something very unexpected for her. So Cardinal, how now? How settles this? Think you your bosom will be a grave dark and obscure enough for such a secret. So are you able to, how are you now? Why are you saying like this? Are you able to, to keep it in your in your heart? Like, do not reveal it to anyone else. So, Julia, you have undone yourself, sir. Cardinal, why? Julia, it lies not in me to conceal. So she's saying, I cannot conceal it. So, Cardinal, no, come, I'll swear you to it upon this book. So, he just gives her the book, the Bible, Julia, most religiously. So, Cardinal, kiss it. Now you shall never utter it. Thy curiosity hath undone thee. Thou art poisoned with that book, because I knew thou couldst not keep my counsel. I have bound thee to it by death. So, because that was poisonous, there was some kind of poison in the book as he gave that book to Julia, and as she kissed it, so there was poison, and she so he is saying that now you will not be able to reveal this thing to anyone. So enter Basola, because Basola was hearing these all things. So Basola, for pity's sake, hold. Cardinal, ha Basola. So Julia, I forgive you this equal piece of justice you have done, for I betrayed your counsel to that fellow. He overheard it. That was the cause I said it lay not in me to conceal it. Now she's saying, I forgive you for what? Because, whatever the thing you have done, you have given me poison, so uh, um, I'm giving you pardon for this thing, because I also have done something wrong with you, because I betrayed you, because I revealed your secret to this Vasola. He was overhearing us. So Vasola, oh foolish woman, couldst not thou have poisoned him? So, Julia, this weakness, too much to think what should have been done. I go, I know not whether. So, dies, she dies. So, Cardinal, wherefore comest thou hither? So, he's saying that, how have you come here? From where have you come here? So, Basola, that I might find a great man like yourself, not out of his wits, is the Lord Ferdinand to remember my service. So now he was able to blackmail Cardinal, because he had known his his secret, Cardinal's secret. So now he was in a position to get his the whatever he wanted to get from Cardinal. So Cardinal, I'll have the hewed in pieces. So Cardinal is also ready now to pay him for his services. So Basola, make not yourself such a promise of that life which is not yours to dispose of. So Basola is saying, don't make those promises which you can fulfill. Cardinal, who placed thee here? So he's asking, how have you come here? So Basola, her last as she intended. So he reveals that it was Julia who had placed him there. So Cardinal, very well. Now you know me for your fellow murderer. So now Cardinal, is saying to Basola, now you know, me as a murderer. I also have hand. behind the murder of Duchess Basola, and wherefore should you lay your fair marble colors upon your rotten purposes to me, unless you imitate some that do plot great reasons, and when they have done, go hide themselves in the graves of those who were actors in it. So now Vasola is saying, you know, the way cardinal behaves, it was cardinal who was behind all the evil actions, or who was behind the murder of the duchess. And even it was also cardinal who had given given his full support to the Ferdinand to go with the murder of the Duchess. So it was he, but the way he hides himself, and he doesn't show himself that he is the real master behind these all things. And he's saying, you use people as actors, and you hide yourself, and you just portray that these are the people who have done who have done everything wrong. So cardinal, no more. There's a fortune attends thee. So cardinal is saying no more, because cardinal now was, he knew, like, Basola has come to know everything. And another thing, cardinal was, also did not have good intentions about Basola. Cardinal was still wanted to use Basola to kill Antonio. And so he's saying there's a fortune attends thee. So he wanted to give him some kind of greed, so that Basola should not reveal his actions. So Basola, shall I go sue your fortune any longer? Tis the full pilgrimage. So now he was just questioning, whether I should believe on this thing or not. And Cardinal, I have honors in store for thee. So he's saying, yes, he's saying that, yes, I have something for you, so I'm going to give you. So Vasola, there are many ways that conduct to seeming honor, and some of them are very dirty ones. So he's saying, yes, there are many ways of getting the honor, but some ways are dirty. The way Vasola was living the life with the cardinal, and helping in all their evil actions. So cardinal, throw to the devil thy melancholy, the fire burns low. What need we keep a stirring of it, and make a greater smoother? Thou wilt kill Antonio. This is the task which Cardinal is giving to Basola. Now his task was, leave these all things, your sorrows, and now he's just giving him the action, giving him the task of killing Antonio. You know, so Basola, yes, Cardinal, take up that body. He's talking about the body of Julia. Vasola, I think I shall shortly grow the common beer for churchyards. So he's saying, I will be, or I should be a common beer. Beer is a kind of, a stand on which, dead bodies kept. That dead body is carried to the cemetery. So he's calling, a kind of beer. Surely grow the common bear for the churchyards. Away he was indicating that uh, you know he was behind many of the murders. So he was a kind of bridge, he was a kind of person who was behind those murders, and he was leading those or dead bodies to the church. So he's saying, I'm uh, like I'm like that kind of bear behind these all things. Okay, or there can be two different meanings. Okay, so one thing is, like, he's talking about the real physical bear, because he was he was ready to kill the Antonio. So Cardinal, I will allow thee some dozen of attendants to aid thee in the murder. So he is saying that you can take a few other people to kill him. So Basola, oh, by no means. For now, physician, apply horse leeches to any rank swelling, used to cut off their tails that the blood may run through them the faster. Let me have no train when I go to shed blood, lest it make me have a greater when I ride to the gallows. So this is how he's saying, I cannot take, the people. So he's giving here the example of physician and horse leeches. These were the animals which were used to suck out the blood which was infected blood, or it was a poisonous. So in order to suck that blood out from the body, these were used. So he's saying physician that apply horse leeches to any rank swelling. He's giving his example. If you are going to do something wrong, so it's better not to, to involve many people in it. So he's saying, let me have no train. He's talking about the people, uh, when I'm going to shed the blood. Okay, so lest it make me have a greater when I ride to the gallows. So he's saying when I'm going there to kill him, so I should be, alone there. So Cardinal, come to me after midnight to help to remove the body to her own lodging. I'll give out she died of the plague. 'Twill breed the less inquiry after her death. So he's saying, okay, after completing your work, after killing Antonio, so come to me after midnight. Okay, so we are going to know the real intentions of Cardinal. Why is he calling him after midnight? So he's saying after killing Antonio, so you can come to me, you will come to me after midnight. And he's talking about the body of the Julia, and we also have to transfer it to her own lodgings. And I will tell a lie, because he was a cardinal, and cardinal was a kind of religious position, okay, in the church. So but he's lying here. I'll just tell that he had disease. He has died out of a disease. So Basola, Vergestruscio, her husband, so Cardinal, his road to Naples to take possession of Antonio's citadel. So he went there to take the position of Antonio's citadel. Okay, Basola, believe me, you have done a very happy turn. So Basola is happy now. So the cardinal fell not to come. There's a master key of our lodgings, and by that you may conceive what trust I plant in you. So he's saying, I'm giving master key. He's maybe he will be referring to a real key to the entrance of his palace, or he's talking about the thing or the reward which he's going to give him. So he's saying, fail not to come, okay, and you are going to get my trust bake in you. So, Bisola, you shall find me ready. Exit Cardinal. So now, oh, poor Antonio. Okay, Alexa, read it better. This is the last passage.
O poor Antonio, though nothing be so needful to thy state as pity, yet I find nothing so dangerous. I must look to my footing. In such slippery ice pavements men had need to be frost nailed well. They may have break their necks else. The precedents here afore me how this man bears in blood seems fearless, white as well. Security some men call the suburbs of hell. Only a dead wall between. Well, good Antonio, I'll seek thee out, and all my care shall be to put thee into safety from the reach of these most cruel biters. They have got some of thy blood already, it may be. I'll join with thee in a most just revenge. The weakest arm is strong enough that strikes with the sword of justice. Still methinks the Duchess haunts me. There, 'tis nothing but my melancholy. O penitence, let me truly taste thy cup, that throws men down only to raise them up. Exits.
Okay. So now this thing you are going to explain in the next lecture. Okay.